Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and I am here with my junk journal empty spread ahead of me, and I want to do a Valentine's Day themed spread. I haven't really been doing much in this junk journal. It's my 2023 junk journal, Archer and Olive notebook. I got this from one of their subscription boxes. It's so cute on the title page, but I've only done one spread this year in January. It's a very cute spread, but I really haven't done anything besides that. So hopefully I can make a change in February and get some spreads done. I have some stickers today that I want to use. I just finished a daily plan with me and ended up with some extra Valentine's Day stickers. So I thought, okay, we'll do a holiday themed spread for this one. These are the Valentine's Day stickers in question. They are the Ooh La La sticker sheet from Create with Mandy. You can use my code Caitlin10 to save. I love these little speech bubble quotes. I thought they'd be so cute in the junk journal. They're kind of fun and whimsical, and I really like her hand lettering on these. And I just want to kind of go for like a monochrome, like pink red kind of color palette here. I grabbed the Maggie Holmes Carousel sticker book or paper pad. This is the 6x8 paper pad. I got this one as a gift. I believe it is from Amazon. I'm going to try my best to link everything down below. There's going to be a lot of supplies for this video. I mean, when I'm junk journaling, I just kind of put everything on the table and then decide. So there's going to be things that I introduce here in the beginning that I probably won't end up using, and then there's going to be maybe some things that get added in later on in the video where I'm like, yeah, I think I need this from my stash, but I didn't pull it originally. So just a heads up, I'm going to try my best to link stuff. Maggie Holmes Carousel paper pad. It's a fun kind of circusy themed one, but I was really interested in this like super bold pink circle pattern. I feel like it goes well with the colors on this sheet. I also grabbed some ephemera pieces from this Dear Lizzie die cut shapes ephemera pack. I got this one from a Cherry on Top Crafts, and I pulled these two because I felt like they worked well with like the theme or the color palette. I liked the postcard because we're going for like Valentine's-y, like letter kind of thing. Could be fun to maybe stamp something onto the postcard. I've used a lot of the pieces out of this set, so I don't have a whole lot of things left in here, but those two seem to work. I also grabbed the Pressed Florals book because I've been using that just like a whole lot recently, and it just seems to fit the Valentine's Day mood. Originally I was looking at these, but they're on white paper and I don't know if I want that kind of layering going on, but then I realized I had some of these left. So these like clear pink shapes might be fun to layer behind the quotes. I think I'm going to want to pull in like a Red Lyrics sticker doll, so I grabbed these ones that are Valentine's Day themed. They are called Hearts Day. Red Lyrics is on Etsy. And then I have this sticker album of just like sheets of stickers where I have like 1 or 2 stickers left, and they're just kind of dedicated for the junk journal. They're things that I'm not going to be able to make like a full catch-all spread or even a daily spread with, but they might work well in like a junk journaling kind of spread. And I keep them in a separate album. That way when I'm junk journaling, I can just kind of flip through and grab whatever I want. So I grabbed just a kind of random assortment of sheets that I thought might be a little bit more Valentine's-y. We've got these Create with Mandy line art florals. They might be a little too dark for this, so I'm not sure about this sheet. This one's a Create with Mandy Mother's Day theme sticker sheet, but it is like a nice color palette, and I like the hand lettering, and it does match with her hand lettering that's on her other sticker sheet, so maybe that. I have a couple leftover peony parts from According to Allie. I've got 2 little like hearts left from Emu's Designs. Emu's Designs is no longer in business, so I won't be able to link this one, but I've got some little hearts because I thought, okay, maybe that. And then strawberries, because strawberries just scream Valentine's Day to me, and I really love these According to Allie strawberries. I would not be able to make a full spread with them, but they might work out in this, like layered behind the quotes or something like that. So that's kind of like the miscellaneous junk pile of stickers. Not to say that these are junk stickers, but it's just stuff that I can't use for other things, and I want to use them because I don't want to like just, you know, throw it away. So I'm going to try to make use of them in this particular spread. And then I grabbed some miscellaneous washies. This is the script washi that I've been using just so much lately on my channel. It is from Amazon. It came in a set of 5 with a bunch of other like vintagey inspired washi tapes, but I felt like this kind of screams like written love letter kind of thing, and it might be nice to layer with the Valentine's Day stuff. And then I grabbed some Valentine's Day washies that I had from the Happy Planner. These came in a Valentine's Day box from last year, so I won't be able to link these ones, but I've got little rainbows, some like heart-shaped lollipops, and then some kisses. I don't know. I just grabbed everything that kind of screamed Valentine's Day to me. And then another washi is this Create with Mandy pink diamond doodled washi tape. So that's what we've got on the table. Not sure if everything's going to be used or if I'm going to pull in other stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and just start sticking some stuff on the pages, and let's get junk journaling. So the starting place that I normally go for is the scrapbook paper. So I'm going to pull this out of the paper pad. It's bold, but I really like it. I just need to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with it, because I feel like it would be really cool to like cut around some of these circle shapes, but I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to fussy cut this in the way that I'd like to. Definitely tried to do something similar, like fussy cutting wise, in my catch-all like a week or two ago with like the floral washi or floral scrapbook paper, and it was intensive. It was a time-intensive process, but I would like to cut around the circles. So maybe I need to pull out my fussy cutting scissors for that. Grabbing this set that came from that Archer and Olive subscription box, and they're still in their little like box, but I don't know what else to use the box for, so the scissors, they just live in there. I'm taking these and I'm gonna cut this scrapbook paper, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start here, maybe? I don't want it to be completely even, so I'm gonna start here, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. I'm gonna cut around these circles, and they are interlocking, but I'm just trying to pay attention to like each line of circles. So I'm gonna cut here, and then we're gonna cut out again so that we get this circle pattern of just like stacked circles. And this is gonna take me a minute, but I think it'll be worth it, because when I do scrapbook paper in this journal, I wanted to say planner for a second because I'm always talking about planners. When I do scrapbook paper in this planner, it's like, okay, cut it into rectangles or do torn edges or something like that. And I like to mix it up. I am always looking for new ways to do things in my like paper crafting like projects, you know? So like in the planner, in the journal, that kind of thing. That's a really creaky scissor noise. Sorry if that sounds weird on video. So I'm always looking for different ways to do stuff. So when I have like interesting scrapbook paper like this, and it already has like shapes, and I'm like, okay, I could cut around those. That's kind of always like in the back of my mind. Yep, we could just cut that out into like an interesting looking shape. So I'm cutting it into this. I think I'm doing an okay job, you know. It's not like there's a white border around these shapes, so it might be a little shaky looking because it's just wherever I cut, that's what the shape is. We're gonna do that. I don't know if I ever want to save like these top pieces of the book. They're really cute patterns, but they are like every single like pattern that's up at the top, there's a full sheet of paper that matches that. So I don't know if I need this if I have the full sheet of paper, but it's cute. And in my mind, I'm like, I could use that for a project, but that's like me thinking I need to save everything, and I don't. The junk journal is a way for me to get stuff out of the stash, not to create stuff for the stash. So on the opposite side of this, I'm going to do this like alternate line of it so that they don't line up exactly. So it's not like every circle is like paired with another one. I want them to be just a little uneven. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and cut this side of the scrapbook paper, and then I'll be back just so that this video doesn't turn into, you know, 10 minutes of Caitlin cuts scrapbook paper and talks about cutting scrapbook paper while she does it, because that just doesn't sound very interesting. So this is what we've ended up with. I think it's a really interesting shape, and this is just scrap, whatever. I don't need to keep that. So in an ideal world, this scrapbook paper would be tall enough to like reach both the top and the bottom of the page, and I don't think it's going to be tall enough. There's a little bit of a gap, and I could drop it down to the bottom and have the gap just at the top, or I could do the opposite, or I could center it. And I think I'm going to center it in this one. It feels right to me. I'm going to take my Tombow Monodots adhesive. This is my favorite like roller adhesive for my planner. And we're going to cover the back of this so that I can stick it into the journal. So this is going to line up here, and luckily we've got the dot grid to help us kind of keep things even, straight on the pages. I think that looks good. And then when I work on the other side of this, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, because sometimes I like to do the junk journal on just like one half of the spread, and sometimes I like to do like a little cluster over here. Maybe I'll cut out some individual circles from the paper that I have left to do that. That could be kind of fun. But we're going to hold on to this until I start building up some more layers. I'm going to take this sticker, which is the partially cut one. I used it in a different spread, so it's already just kind of straight along the bottom, and I thought maybe we could just line that up with the bottom of the page. I don't think it's going to show up super well layered on top of the scrapbook paper because they are kind of similar colors. It's like pink on pink, but it could be fun to have some organic elements layered on top of it. And I'm also looking at my postcard because I think that's going to be the hardest thing to work into this spread. Because it could go like here. It's going to be hard to split it between two pages because it's book bound. I mean, if I were like planning on a disc bound planner, I'd take them off and then I'd cut it in half and do whatever. But since this is like just bound together like this, I can't really split it between the two because I would like to do that. I could maybe put it at an angle, but I feel like we're losing some of the fun like bubble edge element there. So maybe the postcard just isn't for this spread. I mean, I like it, but if it's not for the spread, it's not for the spread. I sorted through the ephemera pack and didn't really see anything that I liked that would take its place, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe I need to look through some more ephemera that I've got. This one might be a little bit of a weird choice, but I grabbed the Round Trip Maggie Holmes ephemera set, and I'm going to pull this strip of tickets, maybe? I think that matches well color-wise. This is like actually a pocket envelope, and I don't know if I want... Here, I'll show you it. I don't know if I want to do like pocket envelopes in here. These are all really weird, like bits and scraps of tickets and stuff like that. I think when I bought it, I was looking for like more traditional ephemera stuff, and I didn't end up with that. So it's just, I don't know what to make of it. Oh, this is kind of fun. We could do like a little ticket thing like that. And I wouldn't have to make it functional, you know. It's going to make the journal really thick, but I could do something like that. This is like an envelope. So if I attach it so that I see the little stripy elements, then we lose the envelope functionality. But if I do it like this, then we don't have the little stripy elements, which I like that. I mean, this is kind of fun to just have it like this. The issue is that the card lines up exactly with the edges of the little pocket things. So if I like glue down the edges of this, the card won't fit into it. So like maybe I just need to like cut them apart and layer it as if it's just like poking out of there. That wouldn't be bad. I kind of like the pop of yellow with the other stuff that I'm working with. And then we would have this extra like element of the stripy or like cross-gridded envelope. So I'm going to cut this in half so that it's no longer an envelope. We're just dealing with like flat section of paper. And I probably want something on top of this before I layer it behind. So we're going to make it look a little bit like a letter. I'm going to take the script washi tape from that Amazon set, and I'm going to attempt to get it off the roll with these press-on nails that I kind of regret because they're a little bit longer than what I'm normally working with, and it's just harder to grab stuff. I'm not as practiced with them as I would like to be. And I'm going to add just a section of the washi tape on top of this. I think that looks kind of fun. I don't know if I need a second one so that it's all over pattern once it goes behind. Yeah, I think I'm going to layer just another little strip of it right below to give that letter effect. And maybe I should do one more. It's going to be weird because this is going to be a lot longer than it. So we can cut just a few lines off of it. These scissors are getting a workout today. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but we're doing something, you know. So we'll add some more text. Now we've got this like little handwritten note. Very Valentine-y, huh? And I'm thinking it could be kind of fun to layer one of the Create with Mandy stickers onto it. Because we've got Be My Valentine and Hey Babe. But I think I can put these in place and then put the sticker onto it. I don't need to pre-layer that one. So we'll start by putting the Tombow on the back of this little love letter we just made. This is on the fly thinking. I don't know. That's kind of how my junk journal process goes. I just make stuff as it just feels right. We're still going to get that like bubbled effect on the edge of this, so I am happy with this choice. I felt like the postcard really just cut through that shape a little too much. And then I'm going to take this front cover. And I think today is the 6th, but there's a spot for a date on the front of this little envelope, or what used to be an envelope. And I thought it could be cute to just like write in like Valentine's Day, like the Valentine's Day date. So that's going to go right there. We'll wait until the end to do that. And I don't think I have stamps that are numbers, so I'd have to write it in myself. Got to figure out the right pen for that. And should we do Be My Valentine or Hey Babe? I like the shape of Hey Babe, but I'm not completely sold. And then it layers onto the envelope. So maybe not that. Maybe we go with the slightly smaller Be My Valentine, which is probably the better contents of this letter anyway. With Be My Valentine, I'm going to center it right there. I like the way that the script kind of shows through it too. I think that's kind of fun. And I'm looking at the floral peeking through on that edge, and I want a little bit more of that, so I'm going to take this kind of medium-sized floral and peel back the edge of what we just monodotted down. Let's hope the nails are good for this. I'm going to put that right underneath to give just a little pop of floral. I think that worked. And then like for the smaller one, I know we're not getting like a whole lot of contrast between the paper and the floral, but I'd like it to just layer right here. And you can still see it where it overlaps like the lighter part of the envelope card. So I think that is a good choice. And I'm actually very pleased with this. I think it's turning out kind of cute. We're making use of the stash. And now I'm torn. Do I want to go the strawberries direction or do I want to go with the red lyrics dolls? And I'm thinking the strawberries, and I wanted to put one actually right where I just put this flower, so maybe we need to peel that up. Maybe tweezers are my better choice here, if I can try to get the edge of this up off the page. Here we go. Because I just want like a strawberry on that corner, and we can still keep the floral. We're just going to need to rearrange it so that it layers just like that. And you might even see the floral a little bit better this way. So that looks kind of fun. The flower from the strawberry sheet, I'm going to put that maybe underneath the edge of this pocket folder. I shouldn't have glued them down as nicely as I did. You know, I should have left them kind of like not pressed into the page so that I could continue to rearrange some stuff, but it's fine. My other strawberry, maybe just like right up here, or I like it there. Could be nice up in this like corner. I don't know if I want to put the second quote in here unless I do more stuff on the other side of the page. And maybe we do that. That might be nice. Strawberry's going to go on the Hey Babe sticker sheet because I know I'm going to use up all the strawberries. So I'm going to backtrack and we're going to make a tiny cluster on the other side. Starting with the scrapbook paper that I already used, I'm going to cut out some of these individual circles. I don't know how many I want. I'm thinking maybe 3. And this is going to take me just a second. So let me cut the circles and I'll be right back. Because again, I don't want this to be a whole video of just Caitlin cuts scrapbook paper and then puts 5 stickers on the pages. This is what they're going to turn out like. I think that's really fun. Or maybe I should have done like a strip of them, like 3 of them tall. I have an idea. Give me 1 minute. So I cut out this like little cluster of them, and we'll just get all the little scraps out of the way. And I was thinking this might be a nice kind of opposition to that, or I could do it this direction if I want to like mix it up. But I think like this works best because we've got the wider end kind of out on the edge, just like this one does, and then it kind of slopes in towards the middle. So I'm going to do that. And before I place that on the page, I'm going to add in some more of the script washi tape so that this will poke out from behind the circle paper. It was hard to cut it apart because it's difficult with all the different lines going on to visualize, okay, where am I cutting into this? But I think I did a good job of that. Maybe I should do not as good of a job on the adhesive here. We're just gonna add in a few points so that if I need to slip something behind the paper, we can do that. Unlike the last adhesive that I did. And the stickers will help kind of keep it in place if I end up needing more stuff tacked down. I'm gonna take the other large floral that I've got on this page. We're gonna add that right on top of it so we can bring all of the different elements together. I'm gonna take this "Hey Babe" quote, and that's gonna be that center point. And then I've got my strawberry. I'm gonna put this off to the side. And because the strawberry over here is angled in like this, I think I want this one angled the opposite direction. So we'll put that on top. And we are losing some of that circle pattern with the scrapbook paper, but this is all about layering and kind of just experimenting with layers. So I'm not upset about covering some stuff up. I like the pop of yellow, actually. I know I was going for more of a monochrome look, but I like that pop of yellow, and I wonder if there's anything left in that ephemera pack that can give me that same shade of yellow. Before I do that, I'm going to take another one of these florals and add in just a bit over here by the strawberry because I feel like it might look nice to kind of connect those pieces together. So we're going to cut off the excess, and then we'll be left with a little bit more floral that could go somewhere else in the spread. And I think I'm cutting into the actual page and not just the sticker, which is something I do from time to time by accident. Should this one go over here or should it go up at the top? I kind of like how it's not touching the top. It could even go like behind that envelope, but I'm not sure about that. So I'm thinking just over here in this corner is nice. A little overlapping on the strawberry, so we've got that kind of piece of them tied together. So I'm actually circling back to that Dear Lizzie ephemera pack because I feel like this yellow is the same color, and I like the Thank My Lucky Stars on it. The hand lettering is kind of similar to the Mandy lettering, and I thought we could just put that right there. My only aversion to that is I hate that blue. That pop of blue is just not it for the spread. But luckily I have some Archer and Olive acrylographs that we could use to just cover it up, and maybe I should have covered it up before I started gluing it to the page. That might have been a little bit easier, but it should be fine. I'm going to do this kind of straight on versus like at an angle because the like letter, and I'm reaching all over my arm, because that little letter is also just pretty straight in the spread. So we're going to keep with that. And then where is that tiny little circle of scrapbook paper I cut? Here we go. Maybe this could be nice, like, I did too good of a job gluing it. Caitlin, stop doing such a good job. I thought maybe it could be nice, like layered like that, but that looks kind of stupid. Maybe if I place it on the other end, or we could even, that's kind of funky. We're gonna do that. I don't know. Just putting stuff all over the pages here. What am I doing? Okay, I'm gonna try to align this so when they're on the paper, they look like this, not like that. So we're gonna do the same so that we can get some like direction going with that. And I'm gonna line it up so that the intersection point, or right in between those two like oval shapes, is just on the edge of the envelope. I like the way that looks. Kind of like a wax seal, but not as fancy as a wax seal. It's a scrapbook paper circle. I'm going to find an acrylograph to deal with that. But in the meantime, I know I keep saying, but in the meantime, we're going to add in one of these flowers, which is what we're going to do. I'm going to use up the last one of them on the page, and then we can get this page of empty stickers out of my Happy Planner book, because we're trying to use the stash today. So this is just going to poke right behind that, and then we can tear that out of the book. So I grabbed some acrylographs. These are like tinier sets of them, and I have this set that Jen from Chappy Plans sent me in the mail because she's an amazing friend a long time ago. It was the Valentine's Day set, and you know I'm all Valentine's-y, especially for this spread. She sent me this because she didn't like any of the colors in there, but I think it's right up my alley. So I think this red tone will be nice to kind of bring the strawberries out. I am going to color in the little circle real carefully with this. I'm going to try to make sure it lines up. And I think the color works well. It's a pretty dark red, but maybe we can add something else in with this marker to kind of bring all the pieces together. But I'm gonna need to just focus on this, so give me a second off camera and I'll be right back. So that went surprisingly well. It's definitely darker than the strawberries, so I'm gonna add in some additional elements with it, and I thought it could be fun to do some like doodly stars over here on top of the letter. I don't know how well it's gonna go on top of the washi tape, but we'll try acrylograph on washi tape. It might need a few coats. It's definitely showing up darker on that one than it is over here, but I guess it makes sense because it was right on top of some blue, and now we're going right on pink, so I don't know how well we're blocking stuff out over here, but it's fine. We're having fun. You know, it's like a fun kind of whimsical letter, so I'm adding in just some like I didn't do anything different, so give me a second. Some different types of stars. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's already on the pages, so we cannot go back. But that's the fun thing about junk journaling. You just roll with it. So I'm adding in just a couple little doodles. I don't know if I want to go crazy with the doodles because I'm not like completely digging them, but I'll balance them out by adding in a few things over here. We're going for whimsical. I don't know. So I'm going to let that sit for a second while I kind of decide what do I want to do next. So I don't like the red, and I know I just did it, but I don't like it. So I'm going to take the Sophisticated Florals sticker book, and there's all these little floral pieces that I think fit the vibe a bit better. And we're going to have some issues with the opacity here. I think my best bet is to just try to white it out as much as possible. So I'm taking a Bic Whiteout Easy Correct, and we're going to try to just go over all the little red doodles that I just did. I'm not going to get rid of the one that's that circle because I think that's just going to live there now. And I like it better than the blue. So with that whited out, we could like slip this in behind this piece and just have that cover it up. And I think it fits really well with the pressed florals, so I like it. I'm trim the excess and try not to cut into the page any more than I need to. I think that looks good. These are going to be the harder ones because I can't really white out over everything unless I white out the entire area. This one's going to be fine. I think we can make this one work. And I'm not going to leave it as just the whiteout, but it's not terrible to be just the whiteout. I'm going to go with this like smaller little piece of the foliage. And I think what I want to do for this one is have it come from behind the According to Allie floral. And that's another thing with the junk journaling. I like reworking the layers. So if I have stuff like already on the page, I'll just peel it up and like relayer it on top of other stuff. It makes it visually interesting. That's what we're going for all along. It wasn't a mistake. We're just making it better. And now we've got that. So I think what I'm going to try first off is just sticking it directly on the page. I'm going to go with this one. I think if I stick it directly on the page and if I can see the red through, then I'll have to like tear it up and go back. But if we can just layer it and it like looks okay. Oh, you can't even see the red from behind it. Okay, great. Look at that. It's going to layer right on top. Sophisticated Florals saves the day. Because the other thing I was going to do was introduce these, but I think they're a little too dark in the like shaded photograph half to add into this because everything is kind of light right now. I'm debating, do I want the Red Lyrics doll in here or not? Because she would probably go over here. I just don't know when I'm going to get to use these again, but that's not a reason to use a sticker, you know? It should be the perfect spread for the perfect sticker, but it doesn't always work out that way. I'm just going to give it a shot and see how well she works in the context of the spread. So I'm grabbing this one that has like the floral heart because we've got all these florals going on. And I was thinking she would go right here. You know what? I think I like the spread better without people in it. She's going to get peeled up. I didn't stick her down all the way this time. You know, I learned my lesson with all that perfect gluing I've been doing. And I'm going to try to line her back up onto the sheet. Kind of precise cuts on the sticker dolls, so it's difficult to line them back up, but I think I'm happy with it. I think the last thing I want to do is put in the Valentine's Day date right here on this envelope, and my mind is going, use the red acrylograph, but no, that was a mistake the first time, and there's not going to be a way for me to fix that if I do it again. So I'm going to find like a black Sharpie to do that with, so that it just like looks more like black script on the letter, I guess. Well, I'm not sure if the black script will be like overwhelming, or like black text will be overwhelming. There's some black in the outlining on those circles, and there's some black in that washi tape, but before I try to do this with a Sharpie, I'm going to try to do it with this Zig Clean Color Dot marker on just like the writing side of it. So I'm going to write Valentine's Day right here. It's going to be really subtle, and then I can go over it with the black marker if I want to. And we're making sure I got Valentine's Day here. 2/14/23. I think I kind of like it subtle like that. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on camera, but it's just gray lettering right there. So I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I'm going to zoom in so you can get a little bit of a closer look because I think this is done. So here you have it, my Valentine's Day junk journal spread in my Archer and Olive journal. I was able to pull the strawberries from my like used stash of the sticker sheets, and then I was able to use up the ones that I finished or started in my daily. And I like the way this turned out. It's a fun monochromatic take, even though there are some pops of yellow, but I think it's really fun and whimsical and pink, and Maggie Holmes scrapbook paper just has my heart, so I'm happy to be able to use some of that in my journal. But this is what I've got for Valentine's Day, and I'm happy with it. So I really like this element of like the letter piece, you know, with the washi tape layered over it to give that text effect. I think that was a really fun thing to do. And I'm just all about the process in today's video, so that's what you got. You got like all the mistakes and all the layering and all the covering up, but that's kind of what the junk journal is for me. It's a place for me to use up my stash and layer things in interesting ways that I wouldn't be able to use in my planner, and just experiment. So that's what we've got for today's spread. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner related content, and follow me over on Instagram at Caitlin Plans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching, and happy planning.